This is how Trump plans to steal the 2026 midterms. Since Trump took office, a lot of people have asked me if I thought Trump would cancel the 2026 midterms. He doesn't have that power, but there are ways that he could rig races to keep Republicans in the majority. It's starting in Texas. Last month, Trump's team encouraged Republicans in Texas to consider redrawing the state's congressional maps ahead of the midterms to help the GOP hold their majority in the House. Typically, states redraw their districts every 10 years after the U.S. Census, but Trump pushed Texas Republicans to do it mid-decade, which is extremely rare and always contentious. Then last week, in the middle of the Texas flood disaster with more than 150 people still missing, Governor Greg Abbott called a special session of the Texas legislature and included redistricting on the agenda. And Greg Abbott, who's always happy to be Trump's little lapdog, didn't even hide that he was taking orders. In his own letter to the legislature, he said that this is about, quote, constitutional concerns raised by the U.S. Department of Justice. The goal is simple. Trump and Abbott believe that by gerrymandering Republican voters into blue districts, they could pick up 3 to 5 new congressional seats. And they don't just want to stop at Texas. Just yesterday, Trump suggested that there's a handful of other states that he wants to gerrymander ahead of the midterms. Watch this.
Mr. President, at the event, which state besides Texas would you like Republicans to gerrymander?
Say it again?
Which state besides Texas would you like Republicans to redraw the congressional
Well, there's about 4 of them. I'll let you figure that one out, but we have about 4 of them. In 3 cases, it's 1, and in 1 case, it's 2 or 3. And Texas would be 5.
Democrats aren't just sitting back. California Governor Gavin Newsom has said that if Texas moves forward with this, California would respond in kind, potentially drawing 5 to 7 new seats that Democrats could win.
From my perspective, if we're going to play fair in a world that is wholly unfair, we may have the higher moral ground, but the ground is shifting from underneath us. And I think we have to wake up to that reality. And I'm talking to members of my legislature, what are our alternatives? We can do a special session. I can call for one today if I chose to. We can then put something on the ballot, and I could call a special election. We can change the Constitution with the consent of the voters, and I think we would win that. I think people understand what's at stake in California. Or you can look at other avenues, which we are exploring, which are pathways with the legislature to do urgency clauses with 2/3 of the legislature in both of our houses, to move forward with legislative redistricting.
So what can we do? We can fight back. Call your members of Congress and your state legislators and demand that they reject Trump's gerrymandering. Or if you live in a blue state, you can demand that they fight fire with fire. Winning back the House is the only way that we can put a check on Trump's extreme, lawless agenda. Trump is trying to block that. We have to stop him.